Hello YouTube, I'm Toby, and today I have two Mac computers. Now these are very old. I do believe they're from 2009. I haven't really done much research into them yet. These two laptops are broken. For what I've been told, the screen on this one is dead, but the screen on this one works and the rest of it is dead. So, my plan is to take the screen from this computer, put it on this computer, and in the process I'll show you what these two laptops look like on the inside. But first I thought I'd give you a closer look at the damages on these two laptops. So, let's get to it. Alright, so this is our first laptop. You can probably see the screen is well, a little bit wobbly, and it won't close, well, not closed, well, but anyway, as you can see up here on top, someone wrote dead, question mark. Oh, the screen just popped open again. Anyway, I'm going to try and make this kind of quick, just so we don't waste too much time. I'm not sure, well, as you can see right here, this is the DVD drive right here, and right above it, this thing is pretty broken. Now on the left side of the computer we do have a headphone jack, a microphone jack, a USB port, and our magnetic charger, which is kind of cool. Now right here on the corner you can see that someone clearly dropped this computer. So it's definitely not doing too well. I wonder why it broke. And there's not much to comment from the back here. There's a, I believe it's a cooling slot that runs along down here. Now right here on the, I believe it's the right side of the computer, but we have a DVI output, Ethernet port, I'm not sure what is, a FireWire, and another USB port. And also you can see here on the front it does look a little broken. So furthermore on the top here you can see it's got a lot of scratches up here. So if someone clearly beat this thing up, it's actually got a little dent right here. Not much interesting to comment from the bottom. We're missing a rubber foot right up there and one down here, and that's the battery right there. Now I do want to point out that both these machines are made from aluminum, and they are quite heavy actually. But let's open her up. See the screen, we've got a webcam right here. We are missing some keys right here, but that's not a problem since the other one's got a full keyboard. And we've got a trackpad, right and left mouse. So yeah, that's it for the first one. Let's take a look at the second one. Alright, here we got the second laptop. As you can see, it's got a lot of scratches as well, but no one wrote dead on it, so I'm assuming it's alright. And on the front right here we have our DVD drive again, and we have a little, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it's quite damaged right here on the front as well. But well, for what it looks like damage-wise, this thing it looks a lot better than the other one. And they are two identical laptops, so I'm not going to go too much into detail on what it looks like. You just pretty much saw that. Alright, something I did want to point out right here on the bottom. Again, we've got a lot of scratches. The battery seems like it's bulging up a little bit right here out on the side. I'm not quite sure if that's just a badly seated battery or if it's actually damaged. But you can also see we're missing a little rubber feet all over the all over the computer. So the plan right now is I'm going to take the dead one apart. Well, actually I'm going to try and connect them to power first, just so we're sure that well, how dead they are. Alright, so this computer is the one that's labeled dead. Let's try and push the power button. And nothing's happening, so this computer is indeed dead. Let's try the other one. Alright, so this computer is the one that is not labeled dead. Let's try and turn it on. And there's definitely something happening. It looks like someone pretty much broke the screen on this one. So yeah, definitely gonna have to switch out the screens. But for right now it actually looks like it's working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble the one that's labeled dead, just to show you what the insides look like, and just so that I can get some practice in disassembling these things. So without further ado, I'm going to get to work. Alright, so far so good. We've got pretty much everything apart. Right now we have access to the motherboard. And something that I found pretty funny, or well, peculiar, whatever you want to call it, is that there are two exhaust fans in this system. I only expected there to be one actually, but yeah, I don't mind an extra exhaust fan. That's always nice. I'm still not sure what CPU or graphics are in this system, but I guess we're gonna find out. Also, I just pulled two 1 gigabit RAM sticks out of the RAM sockets down here. I was told there would be 4 gigabytes in total in here, so yeah, I'm assuming that there are another two, well, maybe another 2 gig stick or another two 1 gig sticks somewhere in this system. Maybe they're soldered in, maybe they're just inaccessible from the backside, but we're gonna find out. Alright, so right now I got the screen off. My original plan was to take the whole LCD screen and all the panels out and replace them in the other one. But I thought it's easier and well, less of a gamble to just take the entire bezel off and just replace it. Something I found in here is, I think I know what the why it was actually broken, or why they thought it was broken. It is because if we take a look at our keyboard assembly right here, you'll notice the power button is connected to this thing right here, and when I pulled the this part off of the motherboard, it seemed like it wasn't actually connected. So my theory right now is that all of this actually works. It's just because it wasn't plugged in that it's not working. But I'm going to continue with my plan to just replace the screen on the two, and I'll play around with this one. I might actually take the motherboard out and show you the processors and all that, but stay tuned for that. I'll be right back. So at long last I finally got the motherboard out. I got it turned around, and we have three heat producing, well, every processor is heat producing, but these seems to be the main heat producing processors, because they were lined up with this copper heat pipe and the thermal paste on it. And there's a loosely hanging fan there. Now, I may have ruined something in the progress, so if it wasn't broke before, it probably is now. However, luckily, the only thing I needed from this was the screen. So without further ado, let's take a look at our processors right here. Now, I do believe that this one right here is our CPU. And if I'm not mistaken, this might actually be an Intel Core 2 Duo T7500. At the very least, it says T75 right here, and it says Intel right down here. And it might look like it's 2.2 gigahertz and with 4 megs of cache, but I am not too sure about that actually. Now it seems that the motherboard, well, not the motherboard, but the CPU and all the other processors right here are actually soldered in, which I am not a big fan of, but you know, if that's what Apple wants to do, that's what Apple's gonna do. But with all of this out of the way, let's take the screen off the other laptop and see if we can get it to work. Alright, so far I've gotten the broken screen off, and I'm ready to put the other one back on, but I'm also going to take the the Wi-Fi card from the other computer and put it in here, since it seems like this one may not be as powerful, since one of the little connectors right here is blocked off. So I'm gonna take that off too, put the other one in, and then put the screen back on. Wish me luck. So right now we have the hopefully working screen on. And something else I quickly wanted to touch on is that there is a 250 gigabyte hard disk drive on this one, and there is no hard disk on the other one. Just in case you were wondering where the hard disk was in the other one, it's located right here in the low left corner. But I'm going to put the keyboard back on and put all the screws back in, and we're going to see if this thing actually works. Alright YouTube, we've got the screen back plugged in right there. So I hope you're as excited as I am, so let's try this out. And something's definitely happening. Alright, something's happening. We've got the Apple logo, and we've got a little spiral. Oh, I can't tell you how excited I am right now. This is freaking awesome, man. If I get this thing to work. Alright, we're in. This is awesome. I'm just going to connect to my internet. Alright, so we're in system specs right now. I'm not sure how well you can read this, so I'm just going to read it out loud for you. Our CPU is a 2.5 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo. I'm assuming this is the T7500 that was in the other MacBook as well. We have 4 gigs of 667 MHz DDR2, and our graphics card is a NVIDIA GeForce 8600M GT with a VRAM capacity of 512 megabytes. And right now, as our OS, we're running Lion. Alright, so for right now, I'm just going to show you the what's it called? The YouTube capabilities of this computer. Well, how well it plays YouTube videos, pretty much. Alright, so currently we are watching one of my videos, oddly enough, but right now it seems to only go up to 720p HD. I'm not sure if it could go up any higher than that, but it seems to play it pretty cool. Well, pretty well, sorry. Take a have a taste of the speakers right here. Battery indicator, our charging indicator, and our sleep indicator. Yeah, that's the audio on here. It's actually not half bad. Also on the controls down here, we can turn up the brightness and the brightness of our keypad, right? Well, our keyboard, which I find pretty cool. Something, however, I do not like about this computer, well, something I hate, is that when I tap right here, it does nothing. I have to use the dedicated, left and right button. I can just tap on the touchpad itself, but I guess that's just a minor little gripe about this thing, since I've just, well, believe it or not, this is actually my first MacBook computer. I do have an iPhone, but this is actually my first Apple computer, and I'm actually quite excited to get to know this thing. And on the back, I forgot to mention this before, but the Apple logo does light up, which is pretty cool, if I have to say so myself. Alright, YouTube, so that was my, first MacBook computer. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I surely enjoyed taking these two apart and making it work. Now, something that's kind of sad is that someone else's personal data is actually on here. Whoever had this thing didn't wipe the drive, so as it looks right now, I'm gonna have to wipe their drives for them. But yeah, I'm not the kind of guy to snoop around in other people's personal data, so as soon as I get this done, once I get done filming this, actually, I'm just going to either take the drive out and replace it, or just wipe it, since it does seem to be a nice drive. Now, I don't know much about this computer, I'll have to be quite honest. I was told it's a 2009 MacBook Pro model, but that's pretty much everything I was told. I do believe it's 15-inch, but I'm not sure. But I'm really looking forward to getting to know this computer and actually using it for myself. I've heard a lot of great things about the Mac operating system, and I am certainly excited to get to know it. So, that was my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching.